So the weather forecast has been totally wrong. It's supposed to be raining about now. Hopefully the weather forecast for tomorrow will be right. 14th of August, and it's overcast as promised by the weather forecast, but we shouldn't have any rain till 6 p.m. So we're going to do the Northern Crotch kayak. We won't be taking the camera along. It's just nice not to have to worry about videoing. It's been raining over the last day, so I've read 2 books. I read this one. I finished the Culture series. I enjoyed it. A couple of the books I didn't like, but it was interesting. I actually read an Arthur C. Clarke I'd never read. The Hammer of God, I think it's called. Very interesting. Quite spectacular. Kitty is now putting on a wet bathing suit. I don't know why she didn't use that one. It's pretty much dry. And it should be a beautiful day. In terms of car camping, we should have brought 2 chairs, and I would like a camp table. Having to use my new tarp above Kitty's tent kind of is irritating. I'm going to get some waterproof spray for that tent, but I'm actually going to get 1 or 2 more of those tarps, because if it's a rainy day and you're camping someplace like this, there's loads of places to put a tarp. I did use the Apoca Box tarp, as you can see. It's held up well. I haven't used much bug spray. The bugs are there, but not so bad most of the time. Breakfast this morning was oatmeal and chia seeds and nuts, and very pleasant it was too. Anyway, Kitty's emerging from her shell now, so it's time for me to sign off. It's the end of August 14th. Why am I showing this? That was a wonderful day. It was about 6.5 hours to start with. Beginning of it, I almost saw me and Kitty break up because I was using a roller system for the kayaks. It doesn't work. So I'm going to have to look at some videos and try and figure that out. However, the people at number 3 were very, very kind and said, get in here, then you only have 1 rapids and shoot. So that's what we did, and it was very nice of them. So that was great, and then we did a little kayak down a big empty bay that was just phenomenal. We stopped there for half an hour and had some kibble and enjoyed ourselves and carried on. And then we found a brilliant swimming place, and that was awesome. We had a great swim. Beautiful. It was overcast, and then after that it started to get sunny. So we went to a place called Skull Island, which is kind of like the top end of the Crotch Lake system, and we enjoyed that. And then when I got back into the kayak, I had a slight problem because it was too far out and I was a bit wobbly, and yeah, I went in, which kind of upset me. So I told Kitty I was alright, and we carried on, crossing Crotch Lake North, and then I realised I was dripping blood into the kayak, which is never a good thing. So this is my second dressing, and one of the things I've learned from it is that I have to redo all my first aid kits, because I didn't really have enough stuff in there to clean it. It's been cleaned out, and it's just a skin laceration. It's pretty deep, and I had to kayak with it as well, which is kind of a problem. And this, as I said, is the second dressing. Why 2 dressings? Well, on the last portage we managed it, and I had to use my left arm only, and we managed it. And then we went back into the river system where we hadn't got out. And I said to Kitty, though it was quite flat and even, I said, this looks a bit slippy. And in fact it was, and I literally went zoom right into the water. That's life, right? Got completely soaked, hopped around, didn't panic, sorted it out, we got back. So Kitty's done the other dressing for me. It should be fine. Last night I saw the Milky Way again for the second time. Like very strong Milky Way. Beautiful, just right across me. Oh, beautiful. And because I'm kind of compromised, Kitty's going to have to cook dinner. So I think we're going to have tin soup again. And we're probably going to use the gas stove, because I think that'll be easier for Kitty than trying to figure out the BioLite. And yeah, it's been great. I'm really enjoying it. We're both very tired. From the start of the thing this morning to arriving back at the camp was 6.5 hours. The kayaking was just phenomenal. Very little wind after the first hour, and just gorgeous. We saw a great heron, we saw turtles, we saw fish, we saw loons, 3 loons. I saw a loon from like 10 feet away, and we saw a deer as well, twice, and that was kind of beautiful. So I do recommend this sort of thing, but maybe have better first aid kits than I've got. So cheers. No, I don't have any Tylenol or Advil. That's something else I'm going to have to address. I think that might be a great heron. Yes, it is. Awesome. It's going to fly right over us, I think. Tomorrow the 15th is supposed to rain all day. What we plan to do is play chess in the car and go for a drive around the local area and have a look at it. It's quite a distance from where we live in the Shire, but it's a part of the area we haven't really been. Whenever I've been on Crotch Lake, it's almost always been South Crotch Lake, though I did do 1 camp on the north part. So we're very north Crotch Lake, so we'll see what it is. We'll go maybe have a look at the farm at McDonald's Corners, where all the hippies used to live. This has been a Sleepy Terrier after walking for an hour in a forest production 2023.